Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another show and tell from me. I'm Peter, and today we're going to have a look at a watch brand called Swiss Military Hanowa. Now, I'm going to be doing something which I don't normally do, and that is review a whole bunch of watches at the same time. The reason for that is simply that I'm not quite sure that I can justify having doing a show and tell about each watch. So I'm going to do this as a group show and tell, and I'll start off with a little history about the company. Now, the company, Hanowa, was started in 1963 by Hans Knoll and his wife Elizabeth Witz. The company name, Hanowa, is an acronym for Hans Knoll Watches. So Hano and WA, Hanowa. Now, in 1990, they reissued the brand called Swiss Military Hanowa, and today it is sold in 56 countries around the world. They have an official license from the Swiss Confederation, and their corporate motto is always on target, which sounds very butch and very military-like. So we like that. So here's a small selection of their brand, of their watches in this brand, and I'd like to have a look at them one at a time. Sorry, my English seems to be lacking today for some reason. Maybe it's been a long day for me, so I'll remove these off. So, first watch to have a look at is the flagship watch, the chronograph. Now, today I'm not going to tell you all kinds of stats and weight and so on and so forth. We're just going to have a quick look at each watch, and that's going to be that. I can tell you, however, that these watches are really good quality for the money. They're inexpensive watches, or in the inexpensive category of watches, and they are quartz watches, but they have a very nice, Swiss quartz movement, a ronda, which is a tried and true Swiss movement. So nothing to wag your nose at there, if one actually can wag one's nose. So let's these all of Swiss Hanowa's watches, Swiss Military Hanowa's watches have sapphire crystal from the get-go, which also is quite good when one thinks about the inexpensive price that one pays for these. Now, these watches in Denmark are inexpensive, but I suspect they're even more inexpensive in the UK or rest of Europe. So anyway, let's have a look at this watch. This is the flagship chronograph, and it's really nice. It has a sexy look. It has the red bezel, sort of makes one think of the red in the Swiss flag, and it's a sexy looking watch. Obviously, it has the chronograph functions, and it has a very nice weight. It has a good feel to it. They've really outdone themselves with the bracelet. It feels very, very heavy and sturdy. The bracelet looks nice. Everything just feels well. Let's have a look at the back of it. There, Swiss military logo and so on. Also looks very nice. It's etched into the stainless steel. Now, these watches are all, upside down. These watches are all depth rated to 100 meters, so they're not actually divers. I would probably classify them as sports divers. One can easily dive with them, and they do all sport a dive timing bezel. So, I mean, they have a good Swiss movement, and it's a good looking watch, at least in my opinion. You might think it looks crappy, but I like them, and when one discusses watches, one always has to remember, the cost, cost contra quality, and these two factors are always, in everything one buys. Is it a car? Is it a watch? Is it a is it a woman? I didn't say that. I'm sorry. I apologize if I've offended anybody, but it's true. When one buys a watch, one pays an amount and one gets a watch which is a certain quality, and And in some watches, one gets pays a ludicrous amount of money, and one gets a certain quality. But here, with these watches, one actually, these aren't, they're not Rolexes or anything, but they are good, trustworthy watches with a good, trustworthy quartz movement in, which won't break down after 2 years, and they're built to last, good quality, and there's not a lot not to like about them really. So that's the flagship of the line, and a good looking one that is, very much indeed. Let's put that aside. The next one up is, and here's the reason why I haven't made separate reviews about these watches, is because that what I said about the other watch I just reviewed, I can repeat about this one. So I'm not going to. I mean, it's the same thing, sapphire crystal, very nice quality, all that good looking, and that's going to be the same with the other watches also. Hence the one video. But I thought I would show you guys the watches one after the other, because I do actually quite like them. They are good watches for the money, and one would not be ashamed to wear these watches, going out doing something rugged and manly in nature. They can hack it. They most definitely can. So this one has a bit of a thicker bezel if one holds it up to one of the least expensive, the most inexpensive, or the least expensive, yes, that's right, in the line. It has a thicker bezel. I rather like this has a sort of a small chronograph look to it. Also very nice and very, very inexpensive. But this one, it's larger. The bezel is thicker. It doesn't have all the chronograph things to. I mean, how many of us do really use the chronographs? To be quite honest, not a lot. I mean, it's watch bling for most of us, and those of us who actually do use the chronograph should probably use a digital timer. Anyway, so I like the look of this. It's large and manly looking. Yeah, and next in the line, here we are. So this is, this one is the least expensive in the line. And this is the same watch, but with the chronograph function. Now these two watches are also, with sapphire crystal, good Swiss movement, and just generally nice looking watches. If you are going out to buy an inexpensive watch, and if you are the sort of person who says, "Oh, I don't want Japanese watches," which would be silly, but if you are that kind of person, a silly person who wants to buy a watch, and you don't want Japanese, this is an excellent thing, because you're getting, you're getting a lot for the money. You're getting a Swiss movement with a sapphire glass and good quality stainless steel. I mean, look at these. These also feel very nice. And that's pretty much the line. Again, I think I've been, for those of you who don't know what a ronda a movement is, a ronda is a Swiss movement making company, like ETA, except ETA have just been sold, by the way, to somebody, I forget who. I think it might have been sold to Omega. So ETA movements are going to be hard to get nowadays, or in the coming future. But Ronda is like it's a company that make good quality quartz movements. ETA make the automatic movements, as we probably know, and so Ronda have specialized in good quartz movements, and these are all Ronda movements, and it works. It really does. Now I think I've pretty much run out of things to say about these watches. Again, I mean, they don't cost $1 million, and they're just honest watches that give you a lot for your money, and hold what they promise, and I like that, and I think they're nice. Well, anyway, with those words, I hope you've enjoyed the little look at Swiss Military Hanowa watches. I haven't been so specific with the weight and so on in this show and tell, to be quite honest, because I couldn't be bothered. So I've just, I just went for the overall, the overall look at them, and then, with the guarantee from me that if you do buy one of these watches, that you won't be disappointed, and they won't break down the minute you bought them. They are really good quality watches for not a lot of money. Anyway, I'd like to again say thank you very much to all of you guys who watch my videos and who write to me, and I really enjoy reading your comments. Now, as I've said before, my comments back to you will be short because I'm dyslexic and I don't spell very well, and especially not in English. So I'm not being facetious or rude when I write short answers. It's just the fact that I can't spell to it. But I do like when you write, and it's a pleasure. And every time somebody says, "We love your reviews," it really warms my heart. So thanks very much for that, guys and girls. Thank you very much. And with those words, I'd like to say thanks very much for watching, and catch me again next time. If you like what I do, please feel free to like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.